Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. That was quite an evening on Friday, and thanks again to all of you who have supported the foundation and the Savoy. First up, before I get into the Savoy, I want to talk about the budget. Last year, City Council passed an ordinance that any rate increases have to be given with a 60-day notice as opposed to a 30-day notice. So what that means for Bayview is you will be receiving your rate increase letter by the end of this week, and a video explaining the budget will be going out on Monday next week. In the past, we've always gone over the budget at the same time the letters go out at a town hall or CEO resident meeting, so we can answer questions and dive in a little more deeply into the budget. We're not able to do that this year because of COVID. So again, the letters will be in your box by the end of this week, and I believe even as early as Wednesday this week. And then the video explaining the overall budget will be out on Monday. Next up, a COVID update. As you know, a few weeks ago, we had 2 staff members in different areas of the building test positive for COVID. To update you on how they're doing, they are both recovering quite well, and our latest information is that they are doing well, and we expect to have them back to work, hopefully in not too long. We are following guidelines through Department of Health and DSHS as to when those 2 individuals can come back to work safely and keep our community safe. I will say I'm very proud of Bayview. Even though we had those 2 infections, they were contained very quickly. There was no cross exposure that we're aware of. All residents have tested negative in skilled nursing. Staff that had potential exposure also tested negative, and look forward to having those 2 staff members join us back at Bayview. Please keep wearing your masks. The great infection control that residents and staff are doing is what is keeping us safe and keeping that infection out of our building. So great job, everybody. With those 2 infections being contained and controlled, and those 2 individuals recovering, and no other infections in the building, we are planning on reopening to the level we were at just prior to those infections on November 9th. That means the food court reopening, small groups gathering, fitness center opening, and so forth. But that is contingent upon rates in King County as well as what's happening at Bayview. So as long as the rates don't continue to climb and our community stays COVID-free, we'll be able to go forward with that November 9th opening. Well, we are all recovering from a fabulous evening Friday night, the Savoy Virtual Gala. I can't thank all of you enough for donating to the foundation, supporting the foundation at that event. Hopefully, we know technology was challenging for some. Channel 69 didn't quite work as well as we had hoped for some. If you would still like to make a donation, and you weren't able to, just give Jennifer Flick a call. We are still taking donations. We don't have a total yet as donations continue to come in, but as soon as we do, we will let you know what the final tally was for the Savoy. And again, thank you so much for supporting that event and supporting your foundation. Thank you. We do have that recording of the event available for you to watch if you didn't get to see it, or if you'd like to see it again. It's on our YouTube channel. The link is on your screen, but also if you just go to our website at www.bayviewseattle.org, in the upper right-hand corner, there's a small link to YouTube. If you click on that link, it takes you to our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see the Savoy as well as our other videos. So we hope you enjoy. Next up, you're going to see Al Raymond, president of Bayview Manor Foundation, with very special recognition to our past president of Bayview Manor Foundation, Dr. Jens Bakke.
Hello, my name is Al Raymond. I'm president of Bayview Manor Foundation, and this day has been a long time coming. We wanted to honor Jens Bakke, the past immediate president of the foundation, and then something called the pandemic came up. We planned to give him his token of appreciation at the joint meeting of the Board of Directors of the Foundation and the Board of Trustees of Bayview in July, and we had a virtual meeting, which didn't seem appropriate. And then we planned to do it at various town meetings. We haven't had those. So finally decided, and Jens had no idea this is happening, but didn't want him to wait too long. So we decided, we sprung it on him today. And it was a secret because we thought if he knew it, he was going to get an award, he probably wouldn't show up. He's that kind of a shy person. So here comes Nancy Weinbeck to join us in this. And I'm going to put on my mask so we are socially reputable. And here's Nancy. You have a few words to say?
Hi, Al.
Yes, hi, Nancy.
Yes, I do. I said a lot on Friday night, and I guess I just want to reiterate that we would not be where we are, either the foundation or Bayview, were it not for Jen's amazing leadership. He carried us through some tricky waters when Bayview Manor Homes was undergoing financing for the building project, and he did so with grace and helped get everyone on board and helped strengthen the foundation, and in doing so strengthen Bayview in the process. So we're so grateful for his amazing leadership, and not to mention his amazing support of your Bayview Manor Foundation. So that's what I'd like to share.
So Dr. Bakke, would you please come forward? So if you would read this, or maybe Nancy, you might want to read this.
All
I'm
right.
happy to read it.
Okay, let's see.
Now, it's not a plaque. It's a huge paperweight suitable for putting on your desk so that you can read it.
This paperweight says, "In gratitude for your leadership of Bayview Manor Foundation and your commitment to Bayview residents. Your efforts were essential to unifying the boards of both the foundation and Bayview in support of the $57 million renovation. Your support of the foundation's increased fundraising efforts allowed the foundation to maintain and grow the ability to meet its financial promise to Bayview residents. Your personal support of Bayview Manor Foundation and Bayview residents in so many ways will forever be appreciated."
Thank you. It was exciting, gratifying, and I hope productive. So I enjoyed my 9 years and the 4.5 years as president. So thank you very much.
We are so grateful to Jens for all of the time he has given to make sure the foundation is successful, as well as Bayview, and we wouldn't be where we are without his great leadership. So thank you again, Jens. Next up is Doug Hart. He is the chair of the Employee Holiday Fund Committee. It is that time of year, and Doug is going to speak to you about the Employee Holiday Fund. Here's Doug.
Hi there. My name is Doug Hart, and I'm the chairman of the Employee Holiday Fund here at Bayview. And I know I've spoke to you last year about this, but I just wanted to start by saying an old saying of mine that I really believe in, and that is, you can never give anything away. It will always come back to you in one form or another. And last year, I think I spoke to you about how I went out to my neighbors and my customers on my paper route because I wanted to buy a Proctor Silex coffee maker for my mother for Christmas, because the one that she had accidentally dropped it and broke it, and she was devastated by that. And I was able to raise enough money by going out to my friends and neighbors and asking them if there was anything that I could do working around their place, and they all said, yeah, there's lots of stuff for us to do. And so I did that, and I was able to raise enough money to buy her that coffee maker for Christmas. And it was such a wonderful thing at Christmas time to give her that present. And I learned then as an 11-year-old boy that it is far more rewarding to give something than to receive. Now, that's a short version of what I told you last year, because I wanted to tell you that there was another great benefit that came from this, because all the people that I went out to work for, they, of course, took great delight in knowing that I was able to raise enough money. And then a wonderful thing happened, because they kept calling me back to do more work. And so this went on for several years. I almost had a little business going that way. And so every Christmas time, I would go out to them and say, okay, but this one's on me because I want to give something back to you. And that brings us to this thought again of this season of remembering those people here that do all the work that they do, our staff. I like to call them our worker bees, because they just keep this place going. And they do all of these jobs, and they do it with such grace and goodwill and smiling all the time. And as a result, we become friends with them. And while they don't earn as much as we would like them to earn, so we just have had a tradition here at Bayview to remember them at holiday time by collecting some funds from ourselves to give to them at holiday time. And last year, we were able to raise $85,000 by doing that. And that's such a wonderful thing that you all did. We on the committee, we just told you about it, and you responded by putting a check or cash into this little envelope and sending it down to the collection box down at the mail room. And it's just been a wonderful thing to do. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could raise that kind of money again, or even more, because it's really helpful to them. And remember, the other thing with this pandemic that's been going on, think of what these people have been going through, because they come here every day, and they have to check in and be checked over and everything, and then they have to take a bus, supposed to take a bus to come here. Can you imagine riding on a bus during this pandemic? So they come here and they go home. So they're out there on the streets, and they're putting their lives on the line, really coming here to help us. So please remember to give something to them, put it in the envelope. We're starting our collection this week, so you can give it at any time. The deadline for you to make a donation is November 23rd. At that point, the money will be counted and put in the bank, and then our accounting staff down here at Bayview will write the checks, and we will get to distribute them in the first part of December. So thank you for what you've done in the past, and thank you for what you'll be doing this year. And when you make your payment, please make the check payable to the Bayview Resident Council, and in the memo section on the check, just write in Employee Holiday Fund. And that way we know it gets into the right account. So thank you again for doing that.
That is it for this week's video. Thank you so much again. What an honor it is for me to be here and help lead this amazing organization with a fantastic team, fantastic staff, and fantastic residents. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.